So you might try and look for me on TikTok. I'm not there. Now I'm going to be posting exclusively to X, to Facebook, and to YouTube. So if you're able, follow me on those channels, and so that you don't miss out on this very illuminating content. I'm not the best content creator out there, but I'm here to challenge your thinking. And I know that when I get a video which has 50,000 views and 1,000 people are complaining, I know the silent are the majority. And I know, the more we keep on engaging, the more you will piece things together. I don't expect it to be an overnight event. I know it takes time, awareness and awakening takes time. But it's not now that we can't be in platforms which are constantly, you are always on the edge wondering, will they ban this one? Will they remove this one? So I'm now going to post exclusively on those 3 platforms. If Elon Musk gives me a better offer than what YouTube is giving, I go exclusive like Tucker Carlson. I'll be exclusive on X, man. We don't have to look over our shoulders all the time wondering, will you be banned? Will you be deplatformed? It's too much crap. So anyway, I'm having a problem with especially the Kenyans on Twitter. They are supposed to be the most, intellectual platform. We are supposed to be a collective. Again, I remind you when Elon Musk was buying the app, and the words he used, he said, we need to preserve this global town hall because this is the free flow and exchange of ideas. You don't know when the next best idea is going to come from, but it will definitely come from people, just critiquing each other. And one, so I don't understand why, the Kenyans on Twitter, Kenyans on X are so easily baited by the government. And by the way, I have respect. I'm not being demeaning or anything. I have so much respect for everyone, but I know the propaganda machinery can get the best of us. The Moi government, Moi was himself an illiterate person, but he used intellectuals. He used people like Amos Wako, who was the Attorney General, and everyone around Moi was very smart, but he was using them. Whether they knew it or not, whether it was voluntary or subconsciously, he was using them to now create laws, to create a scenario where we are going to be oppressed, we are going to be victims of corruption and other atrocities. So it's the same as when I see the propaganda machinery of the Kenya Kwisha shit show. I see how they are able to capture even the smartest of us, even the most, and nobody takes some time to just, sit back and ask ourselves what is happening over here. For instance, Alice Wahome comes out of the blue. She was removed somewhere because she was trying to influence tenders, and then those tenders did not go her way because Yamune Wankas wanted her neck. Because they wanted those tenders. I told you, Yamune Wankas are very greedy. They eat the meat, the bone, and the bone marrow, everything. Yeah, they are like your greedy hyenas. So Alice Wahome now comes to the Ministry of Land, and even she hasn't even settled. She's now talking about increasing land fees by 100 times. You see. Now, once you get such a headline, it's not your work to be triggered. You just sit back and relax. And all of you know what it has taken to pass a new constitution. Even though the only court that I have a problem with is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is compromised. Is corrupt. That's the last place anyone should go and seek justice. But all these other courts below, I think there's some measure of independence in every ruling that I am seeing. Of later, every ruling, they've been very careful, the judges, because they know this will be used as precedent. This will be used, somewhere else. And so when I see people reacting to government propaganda, I ask yourself, don't you know our court system? Don't you know our judicial system? Don't you know that you are at liberty? The thing is, because you have no incentive, the only incentive you have now is clout and retweets, then you're easily triggered. They know that you want the retweets. They know that you want the social media relevance, but now at what expense? So when you get such a Business Daily, and now the Nation Media Group have been such a letdown, I don't understand what's up with this media house. I don't understand why they have absconded their duty. They are now a government advertorial. Now everything they run without any honor or shame. You wonder what's like now. Did you see today's Daily Nation headline? Kenya Kwanza MPs plead to Ruto on fuel. So these MPs, Kenya Kwisha MPs, they go in June, they passed the Finance Act 2023, which now gave William Ruto a free hand, together with the IMF and the World Bank, Kamau Thuge and Professor Njuguna Ndongo, to destroy the economy. He's been given the legal mandate because all the corruption, even during the Uhuru era, during the Ruto era, all of it begins and ends in parliament. So all the laws that are used to oppress us, all the laws that Energy Petroleum Regulatory Authority, it's a government parastatal and enacted by parliament, that parastatal itself. So Parliament has been a key instigator, but I know what MPs want to do. MPs want, now that they are seeing William Ruto's fortunes are winning, they want that the last 1 year or the last 2 years, they jump ship and then now they act as opposition. I'm sure Moses Kuria is dying for that. He's even challenging them. He's even daring them. You impeach me, because he knows now immediately he'll be accepted on this other side of Azimio, and then now he joins, and then now he can rebrand and he'll be another CS in the next government. You see, this is how people have been rebranding and taking you as fools. So MPs, the first thing, even when the editor was running such a headline, he would have been MPs, he would have been the first one, the journalist and the editor of Nation Media Group, to say that this is hypocritical. These guys are taking us for fools, because weren't you the same idiots just 3 months ago who passed the finance bill, and now you're going to pander to the cameras and the gallery, and for cheap headlines on Githeri Media, you go to cry to Ruto. You MPs, you've taken us for fools for far too long, yeah? Yeah, you've been part and parcel of the collapse of this economy. We are having high electricity bills. Our economic climate is so hostile to local producers, local manufacturers, local SMEs, because of laws you have passed in parliament, you useless bastards. And so we are saying that you, Githeri Media journalists and editors, we are also tired of you. You've become government advertorials. You are now promoting their agenda with no honor or shame. And now you are even influencing the intellectuals on Twitter now to follow suit, because everyone is just in pursuit of those headlines. Yeah, I was talking about somebody who I respect very much. It's Dr. John Jenga Karugia. He's a PhD. He's based in Germany. But I told you, the propaganda machinery is, you need to stop, because things happen so fast. Like now he tweeted, your child who is born today will pay 1.2 million to become a permanent resident of Kenya. Now, Dr. John Jenga is a very, sober guy. I interact with him. He's a very good guy. But once you get such a press release from government, now it is, they bait people as a scoop. You're told this is an exclusive piece. So, but what it took to pass the 2010 constitution. You know very well that now you are dual citizens, and nobody has ever asked you for a coin to be a dual citizen. And even if you have, it is illegal because you can challenge it by law. You see, all these roadside declaration or passive regulations that these guys are concocting every day are deliberately wired or structured to keep you guys on the edge. So I told you we have gaslighting Monday. Every day they start on Monday to gaslight you people so that they dominate your conversations on social media. You understand? So which is why I told you the difference between Moi and the Kenya Kwisha shit show is the PR. Because now they know, because we have more channels to discuss. Now they have to invest even more money so as to keep you distracted from their corruption. Now, once you get something like this, you ask yourself, is it possible in the Constitution of Kenya 2010, is it possible to even engineer some of these things? Because all you need to do, if you're an aggrieved party, is you go to court. But the problem is you guys are still waiting for Kia Omtata to go to court on your behalf, because you don't want to. You have the money. You spend your days, like now on Twitter, you see the Chokora Twitters and all these other guys. They spend their days bringing other men down who are awakening and liberating people mentally. Their work is to bring them down because they are on the payroll of the state. So it's the same. Once you get this, why don't you go to court? You have the money, you people, but you choose not to. You're still saying, oh, we are waiting for Raila to go back for Andamano. You're waiting. Why, when will you rise to the occasion? When will you step up to the plate? You see, this is the thing with you Kenyans, is everyone has to be an activist. You don't have to wait, and you don't have to bring down the people who are doing it with their own meager resources. You see, so be aware of government gaslighting tactics.